All right, we're back. A couple of issues going on. They're not. Well, I mean, I say issues, but what it really is I, as usual, I've been thinking about how I'm approaching things. I watched a couple videos, like about Drecos and a little bit about like rooms and base layout and stuff. And I don't have like anything specific about the base layout that I was like, like a guide on how to do X, Y, or Z. But it just, yeah, everything is kind of, we had to do what we had to do for the heat and to get going, staying alive. But we're doing okay, at least okay, on this, you know, like base layout with resources and with heat being trapped. And now we're at the point where like everything's kind of just all over the place and doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to have some sort of like time lapse sections and I'm going to move some stuff around. So the first thing I want to do is I think I want to redo, or not totally redo, but kind of tweak my water system that I made. That was, with the idea of like this warm water being pumped around the base to spread heat. What I want to do specifically is I do still like that idea and want that idea. But I think I want to run water lines. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should move stuff around first. But my idea is I want to have a pump that's for the loop, and it'll have some automation on it that is somehow, deciding like, oh, hey, there's some, it's warm enough, it doesn't have to run, or it's cool enough, or whatever. But the other thing is, I want like a separate pump that just sends the water to stuff that needs water, right? The electrolyzers, maybe. The bathrooms don't need water, like clean water at all times, but you know what I mean, right? Like a pump for doing stuff, and then like a circulation pump for temperature management. I think it'd be good to have those separate. So I was about to say, well, maybe I'll fix the pipes a little bit because I kind of want to consolidate and get everything like a little cleaner. But honestly, I'm gonna move stuff around, so I should probably move stuff and then figure out the pipes. So I think actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to expand the base out. So I just want to reclaim some more space. And one thing will be just getting, moving this insulated tile out to the side a little bit. I'd like to organize the base into like a more of a grid, sort of. That makes a little more sense. And then specifically, I want to move the oxygen machine, I think, outside of the base. Because now that we have this sort of heat figured out and we're not dying, I say that, famous last words, but we have the heat sort of figured out. Now it doesn't have to be right here in the middle, and it's large and kind of awkward and in a, kind of a weird spot that blocks a lot of stuff. So I guess that's going to be the first thing I do. So let me go ahead and I will just, go through this and build the oxygen machine. And maybe I'll also lay out some of the larger base that I'm going to build. And I'll do that kind of in a fast forward type thing, I think. This ended up turned into a pretty long session that I just fast forwarded there. I'm trying to get stuff done, but it's taking a while. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's see. Build that there. So, let me go over what I did. First off, I set these arbor trees not to be harvested. I realized they were being harvested by the dupes. I don't know. They were just leaving the branches on the ground, I think. So I don't know if the pips would still eat it, but I know they eat it off the tree. So, I don't know there. I set up a new, or the basics of a new oxygen module. Is this no one in here? Wait a minute. Did our guy's body just leave? Well, I set up a new memorial over here to move old Ruby's body. Just because he was kind of in the way. I guess he just is gone then, which is kind of weird. I went through the priorities and I scrubbed everything to just no priority, and then I went through and redid it. So I wanted to sort of focus the dupes more. Specifically, I've got a couple people that dig first, and then, like Stinky, for instance, will dig, and if there's no digging, then he'll farm a little bit because he's decent at it. I don't want him ranching, and then everything else he'll do. What is it? I have farming and ranching set on Lindsay and Otto. They sort of swap back and forth. I actually decrease the priority for those for everyone else that's not supposed to do it, because I don't want them just doing it. It's going to take them longer and they'll be worse at it. So I figure these guys, and this is the only thing they have increased priority on, so they'll be busy, but they can just take up their time doing that. I also have a couple people dedicated to supplying and storing, as you can see. So I think it's our builders and diggers. Well, not all of them, I guess, but and then also we got a new Ruby to replace the old Ruby. I guess that's how it works. But yeah, so I set him to just tidy, supply, and store, so we have someone running around kind of getting that stuff done better than we did before, when it was just whoever had nothing else to do. Let me see. Operating, I've got Marie and Pay. They are operators. I have Marie also supplying and storing. I want Pay mostly operating, just so when I want like metal made, or whatever machine needs to be operated, she'll kind of just do that. And so will Marie. Marie also, though, will supply and store when there's nothing else to do, and tidy. Both of them are mechatronics engineers. Pay, because she has the skill points built up to it. Marie has some of the points, but I believe came with mechatronics engineering. I don't really know. I know you have to do mechatronics engineering for, like, what is it? It's like the sweepy, like all the smart storage stuff. There's like, yeah, this auto sweeper, and then a sweepy's dock, and like moving stuff around. There's like conveyor belts, kind of like for the liquids, where you can have stuff get automatically picked up and dropped off and moved around to different storage bins. I don't have any experience doing that. I don't really know, but we shall see what it's like. So I have the two of them now, and I'll try to get started on that. I know there's a lot of interesting stuff you can do to get things automated, so like your dupes don't have to go in places anymore, and they don't have to, like in a ranch, they can just pick, like the sweeper could just pick up all the coal for us, or whatnot. I extended the toilets. I put the showers in a different room. and there's 3 of them now instead of 2. But then now there's 5 toilets and 3 sinks. Our dupes were having some accidents, which is not great. And if you noticed as well, I forget who it was. Someone got themselves, like they built this inn or down here or something, and just then they were like suffocating. It was like, okay, guys, come on now. They always are just trying to kill themselves, it feels like. But, yeah, I got the insulated tile extended out. So we've got this block of 96 tile size rooms here. This is a little off, but mostly 96 tiles, so be 4 tiles high and however many across to make 96. These central rooms are 64, and then there's room for a second 64 room, which like bedrooms and, or not bedroom, like barracks and a lot of things are 6. I mean, the bathrooms, for instance, are also 64. That's why this room is cut off right here. A lot of rooms are 64 as their max size. A couple of them, like ranches, are 96. So, yeah, that was done. Oh, I built a new water trap or room, like sort of reservoir here. I included the volcano, or no, the water geyser. I built a new gold amalgam pump, and I have, right now, I have the this is not the crusher, this is the ore smelter or refiner or whatever it's called that makes ore into refined metal. Its output is going in here. And then I hooked up one, if this works, it might be a weird flow thing where it doesn't want to work, but I also have a branch that's being built to just basically, since this pump runs all the time, I just want to drain all this water into here. The volcano will warm up the water because it'll be, you know, expelling water. Once this starts to get full, you know, we'll once again we'll deal with it then. But it's down here. I considered making insulated tile around this, and maybe I still should do that or will end up doing that, but for right now I didn't, just figuring that if I keep all the heat in, it'll probably get too hot. And our base, with the water running through it, like the kind of system we have, is mostly pretty warm. I mean, well, I say warm, like 67 degrees. You know, so it's just under 70 degrees or around 70, which is, you know, comfortable. And good for most, like, animals and plants and stuff to grow as well. So, you know, we don't want it to get even hotter than that. That'll start to be uncomfortable. Stuff will stop growing, and it'll be a problem. So, anyway, if this starts to get too cool, even though the volcano is sort of consistently erupting into it, yeah, in 30 cycles it'll keep erupting. We'll figure that out then. But for right now, I'm just gonna have this drain in, and I may end up doing something more aggressive to just get this moved, because this is right in the center here. And I think I would like to. This room, I think, is going to be just research, and then I'll have it, you know, to the right size. This room, I think, is going to be cooking, maybe, which we kind of already have some cooking stuff here, but cooking. I want the farms to move. They do still need to be somewhere central, but I think I'm going to put the farms over here, like the crop farms, like maybe right here. So that's kind of a pretty easy reach to anything we're growing. We'll get right to the grill. The animals are up a few floors. I might end up moving them over here so that once again their eggs and meat and stuff are closer. And also more central to the base for, you know, heat or warmth management. The bedrooms and bathrooms, I think I want to ultimately put up here. Well, I say up here. I mean, it would probably be like these 2 levels in some formation. And I'd like to see if I can figure out a way to do bedrooms right next to the bathrooms, because they're going to run there every day anyway when they sleep. They're going to sleep, they want to use a bathroom, or when they wake up, they want to use the bathroom and shower and whatever. So I want to try to get this going here once I get this oxygen machine out. What else did I do? This water, I don't know if I will move it. It's not in the way for us to have our 64 tile rooms kind of down this central part, and we could have some stuff on top. I may end up moving it, but we'll see. You know, we'll just have to see what it looks like. Because it's not that much water, and it's not that big of a room, at least right now. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? The new oxygen machine, I think I mentioned. I want to just make it, you know, a little more compact and a little, have this radiant pipe going through, and then get the air, what's it called? Ventilation pipes for gas movement. Get those a little more normalized, where I can do the thing I was talking about in the last video, I think, with the liquid bridge, and get a backflow built up, hopefully. And I might end up, I think I'll probably end up putting 2 hydrogen generators in here, and the battery, and then maybe some kind of cooling if it needs it. But yeah, right now the heat will probably be fine. There was a vent right here. I took this vent out and I moved it up here. I think I'd already built it, a pipe to be up here before, then unhooked the vent, but I took this vent out. So now oxygen fairly regularly comes out here, which is good because it was kind of all getting blocked up right into our base that I have mostly closed off. So our breathability was really good in the base, and it was really poor out here. But as you can see, I didn't even, I mean, it's just the same oxygen. I guess it's probably running more often because there's somewhere for the air to go. But it's really increasing the breathability of a lot of the spaces around here. I mean, this is not doing too great yet. Although this is breathable, it's just not very breathable. Carbon dioxide is building up a little bit in here, but that's not a problem. And I have the scrubber that's disabled right now, but I can turn it back on. What do we have going on right this moment? Right this moment, I need to figure out these Drecklet eggs. They're incubating to like 30, yeah, they're at 30%. I looked up some stuff. They need to be in hydrogen gas. I don't think they need to be in hydrogen to live, but they need to be in hydrogen gas to reproduce. So I need to, sometime soon here, figure out a spot where I'm going to put Drecklets. I'll put them in there. Maybe I'll put them like over here or over here, so they're kind of close to this, because we can use some of the hydrogen that's being made here already and kind of just pump it in. And I've seen several designs where there's like hydrogen in the top part of the room and oxygen on the bottom part, or where they have like a place where they live and then the eggs all get put into just a room that's a smaller room with pure hydrogen, using like a not a sweepies dock, like an auto sweeper. So it's just like egg gets laid, boom, goes in there. Then they are in the hydrogen, so they make their like fiber or whatever. I don't know. I think when they're not living in oxygen, I don't know. It's like they don't, I guess they don't really want to, maybe they live, but they don't really want to like make the fiber to be sheared. So I think the idea is like you build 2 rooms. You have these Drecklets living in here that are kind of just, they're not making you a lot of fiber or resources. They just are living and laying eggs. But then you have the eggs that get like put into this smaller room that's not for ranching. It's just they hatch, it's all hydrogen. They make a lot of, fiber to get sheared with, or plastic or whatever they make. And then you just kill them every once in a while. And that just kind of is like a continuous, like a circle of life or something like that. But I'll have to look into that more deeply. Yeah, so, we kind of did get a lot done, actually. We have a decent amount going on. So, I think, I'm wondering what this video, I'll probably end the video here. Because with the beginning and then the long, and a little sped up. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and end the video here. We've gotten a decent amount of stuff done. Hopefully that time lapse was not too confusing and or ridiculous. But yeah, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, more figuring things out and playing, okay. And leave a comment. Let me know if you like it, if you hate it, if you got any ideas, stuff I'm doing wrong. Comments are great. People are leaving, some great suggestions and teaching me a lot of stuff. So, yeah, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.